This isn't one of my usual posts, so if you're not a woman in her late 40s or early 50s, then scroll on because you won't like this post. I just wanted to come on here really because I don't think I'm alone, and it's also sharing an awareness of what is happening out there. I came home from the chemist yesterday and I was really cross, upset, frustrated, and I really didn't feel like smiling or making any videos or doing any of the fun stuff that I usually do, and that's not like me. I don't think I'm alone when these sort of things happen. So what on earth is she going on about? Well, if you are on HRT, and this is about HRT, and I've been on HRT now for 5 years, because when I was teaching, I'm not teaching anymore, but when I was teaching, I wasn't sleeping at night. And if you have been in education, you'll understand that if you're with 5-year-olds all day long, or any children all day long, it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting, and you need your sleep. So teaching with no sleep wasn't working for me, and the doctor said you could do with some HRT. So that's what I did. I started taking some. Anyway, I'll try not to waffle on too much and get to the point. I have been taking Estradot, which is a tiny little patch of estrogen, and that's been working absolutely fine. Well, the sun's come out, look at that, it's all reflecting in my sun. And I've been taking Utrogestin, which is the micronized little capsules of progesterone, which protects your uterus. Now, Utrogestin I have been on, and that is my drug of preference. So I went to the doctor's. Well, I went online and I asked to have a new prescription, and then my chemist texts me saying it's ready. So I went last week. Sorry, this is going to be a long video, so buckle up. I went to the chemist last week, and I've got a HRT certificate, which you pay for, and you get your HRT free for the rest of the year. When really, when you work it out, it's only half price. But hey, it's better than nothing. And I went to the chemist to pick up my progesterone, and I showed them my certificate, and then I said, I'll just check that you've put the right products inside. And I had a look inside, and it wasn't Utrogestin, because I asked for a prescription of progesterone because my Estradot is I've still got enough of that. And I opened it up and it wasn't in there. It was some generic progesterone. And I said to the chemist, I don't want this is not what I've asked the doctor for. And he said, well, it's not on your notes for Utrogestin. And I said, oh, okay, well, take that back. I'll phone the doctor, and I will ask the doctor to make sure that the Utrogestin is the product of choice. That's the drug that I prefer to put in my body, not some generic progesterone. I said to her, can you just double check please on my notes that it says Utrogestin, because I did phone the doctor to put it on my notes. And she went and had a look, and she said, it's just progesterone on here. And I said, are you sure? And she had another look, and I then went and called the doctors in the chemist, bearing in mind there are other people in the chemist who are listening to this conversation, who are standing around listening to you, and it's really embarrassing because you don't want other people to know your business. And I think it's just so wrong at the doctors or at the chemist that you have to talk about your problems in front of the general public. I mean, I've got nothing to hide, but I don't really want to share what's going on with my body with the whole world, which is what I'm doing now. But I choose you guys to share it with. I didn't choose to share it with the village where the chemist is. Anyway, so I called the doctors and again had to go, are you a number 5 in the queue and all of that rubbish? And then this girl starts serving other people. And then I get through to the get through to the receptionist, who was a bit sharp with me, like they are. And she said, oh, well, it is on your notes, progesterone. And then I go back to the girl on the counter, and after the queue's gone, and I go back to the girl again. You're bearing in mind, I've probably been in here for about half an hour now, and the whole of the village knows all about my HRT journey. And I said to her, the doctor said it's on there. She said, let me go and check again. So she goes and checks again, and then she goes upstairs to the big boss man of the chemist, and then he comes down and he says, oh, if it says on here, if possible, Utrogestin, if possible. And I said, well, is it possible? And he said, well, this is what we've given you. And I said, but I don't want that. I want Utrogestin. That's what I've been using. I don't want to change brands. I guess it's a bit like using Nurofen, which is the branded stuff, and then the Tesco's own brand of ibuprofen, which is fine because it only stays in your body a few hours, doesn't it? But when you're taking something long term, I just feel that I need to have the product that I want, which is the best product. And if it's long term and it's going to be doing anything to your body, I want the best product in my body. I don't want some shit that's been made in India with rat droppings off the floor because it's cheap. It's probably not, but I'm exaggerating. But anyway, I wanted Utrogestin, and that's my choice, my body, my choice. And then he says to me, well, it's about money because Utrogestin is twice as much. And I said, well, I've got a certificate, so I can have progesterone, Utrogestin, right? And he says, well, it's about money and it cost me twice as much for the Utrogestin. And I said, listen, I'll pay for it. If I need to pay for it, I will pay for it, because that's the drug that I want to put in my body, not what you decide for me, what I'm going to put in my body. It's not your decision. You're not playing God with my body. I will choose what I want to put in my body. So he proceeds to say, well, you need to speak to your doctor about this and you need to have it on your prescription that it is Utrogestin that I have to order in. And I said, okay, I will go away and I will do that. And I went away out to the chemist and I just felt really, really cross and really upset and really frustrated. And I just thought, well, that's just really unhelpful, really difficult and a little bit arrogant, actually. And I came home and I was just absolutely fuming, and it's not like me to be like that. And it was just really, really upsetting. So I then went onto my NHS app. I changed my chemist of choice. I thought, I'm not dealing with this chemist anymore because I'm really upset. And then I phoned the doctor and I said, please, can you have Utrogestin put on my notes and not Utrogestin if possible, so that the chemist has a choice of giving you the shit stuff. I don't want the shit stuff. I want the Utrogestin, which is the most expensive progesterone. And she said, oh, well, I'll see what I can do. You know, it's just really off and unhelpful. And these medical professionals shouldn't be treating you like this. It's really upsetting for people. So I am now sitting at home waiting for a text from the chemist to say that my Utrogestin is ready for me. But I wonder if I turn up again and it will still be some bloody generic shit that I don't want to use. The chemist even said to me, well, if I said I'll pay for it, I don't mind, you know, if it means that I have to pay extra for the drug that I want to put in my body, I will pay for it. He said, oh no, you've got a certificate. Well, give me the effing drug that I want to put in my body, not the shit that you want to give me because it says on my prescription, Utrogestin, if possible. It's just madness. It's just madness and it's not right. And I know this is a real rant on TikTok, and I don't rant on here at all. And it's just a happy space, my TikTok, and I don't get ranty or political or arsey or any of those things. But I just feel as a 50-year-old woman that I had to share this experience because is it just me? Is it just me? It can't just be me out there. And it's not fair that these medical professionals treat you like this. It's just horrible. And I just felt so cross yesterday, so cross. And I redid my prescription online and I put in massive letters, Utrogestin only, send to the doctor, not anything generic. Oh, anyway, ladies, I'm so sorry this is such a long TikTok. Oh my goodness, it's almost 10 minutes. I should have done a YouTube, really. But let me know if you've had similar experience to me, because it's really unfair the way we get treated. And it's not our fault that we go through menopause, is it? It's not our fault. It's not our fault. So help us. Don't be mean to us.